Let's open this up here on Super 6 and bring in our panelists on this broadcast. We've got Dharanidharan, DMK spokesperson, joining us on this broadcast, Kovai Satyan of the aiadmk and Vinod P. Selvam of the BJP. Good evening, vanakkam to all of you. Mr. Dharanidharan, I'd like to begin with you because the onus clearly right now is on how the state government will respond to what's happened to the case of Ajit Kumar. What's the action the government has taken? What do you propose to do going forward?
See, firstly and foremost, immediately after the incident, the Chief Minister took charge and suspended the officers and also spoken to the family members, and the local ministers were sent. I also apologize to what happened because such situations should not exist in any democracy. But having said that, custodial death is a pan-India problem. And I think it's something that has to be eliminated. And I'll also tell you in Tamil Nadu how the situation has improved. From 2016 to 2021, there have been 42 custodial deaths. And from 2021 to 2026 until now, 4 custodial deaths. And why do custodial deaths happen? I've studied on this matter a bit. It is because per capita police force in India is about 130 to 150, which is much lower than other Western developed democracies. And because of that, the police are under stress. So what did we do in Tamil Nadu? Was because after the party came to power, we started having mental health training for the police officer to de-stress them, and which has shown results. But having also said that, what we want to do is, the investigation is in place. We also want to go to the root cause of what has happened, and no one will be spared. My chief minister, whoever it is, be it the people in the government or be it the people in the party, if they have committed a mistake, the law has taken its due course. For example,
Dharanidharan, let me circle back. Let me circle back. What's the data you gave me? How many custodial cases of torture have been reported in Tamil Nadu?
From 26 to 21, 42. And 21 to 26, 4.
4. There are custodial deaths, and this is, I'm reading out of a document that was submitted in the Madras High Court. There are 5 this year alone, in 2025.
See,
there were 10 in 2024. So what are we talking about?
No. That includes what? That also includes people in remand, people in prison. This is custodial. People who are in custody.
Okay, so you're talking about, okay, so you want to narrow it down. You want to narrow it down, sure. You're speaking about certain number of custodial deaths that have happened. You're narrowing it down to a certain figure. How many convictions have happened in those cases?
See, for example, I'll tell you what happened in 2020 when Felix died. The next day, then Chief Minister Kedapadi comes and tells they died because of heart attack. Then High Court has to take suo motu cognizance of the matter, and 10 days later, the officers were transferred, and then case went to CBCID. Here, on the same day, we never gave excuse. The police who were responsible were suspended, and investigation also been launched, and the case has been given to CDC. But it did.
No, you're not answering my question. Dharanidharan, now if I go to the aiadmk and they start talking, you will accuse them of politicizing the incident. Now, when you raise the 2020 incident, that's exactly what you're doing. You're politicizing.
I am not politicizing the matter. I apologized on the live television. I said such situation should not happen in the democracy. I also told you the reason on why it is happening. I said what are the steps we have taken to prevent, to go to the root cause of the matter, to the root cause, which is police stress, understaffing. So how we have addressed that, and this is an aberration. We will curtail this aberration is what I'm saying. Nowhere I have come and done politics. I said how the situation was, how the situation is today, how it is pan-India, how it is in Tamil Nadu, what we have done since 21, what we will do from today to make sure the situation do not happen.
Okay, let me bring in Kovai Satyan. Let me bring in Kovai Satyan of the aiadmk. Mr. Kovai Satyan, you've heard what the DMK has said. Are you satisfied? The DMK is saying, look, as soon as this incident came to light, we ensured adequate action was taken. They're also apologizing. You heard Mr. Dharanidharan, he says, I apologize for what happened.
This is what the entire ecosystem of DMK, including the Chief Minister, has been stating for the last 24 custodial murders. This is a 25th murder. This is a standard template. We have taken timely action. We have suspended the officials. The case has been referred to CBCID. The justice will be done. And nothing moves forward from there. Are the victims and their family been given justice? The answer is no. The answer is 0. Look at the plight of the mismanagement and the audacity of the police force. A high-rank IAS officer calls up a policeman in the rank of SP and DSP and directs them to investigate. And he sends a special team in a vehicle, picks up Ajit Kumar. No FIR has been registered, nor he was produced in front of magistrate. They hop from one place to another, beat him to death. There is not even one organ in his body which is spared. It is a classic example how an elected government can kill his own men. That's what it turns out to be. It is a well-planned, cold-blooded murder. And if you really follow the questions asked by the honorable judge today, you would know to what extent they have gone to the cover-up. 3 DMK members, along with the DSP, goes to a farm with Ajit Kumar's brother, and they are trying to strike a deal with giving 50 lakhs as assurance and probably some sobs from the government side. What is the need for a DSP and 3 DMK members to go and pacify Ajit Kumar's brother? And in the first
Dhanitaran?
place, when Ajit Kumar's mother's affair is not yet registered, why MK Stalin is speaking to his family and pleading with them? Has he
Dhanitaran, is
become
there
so
an attempt to
spineless to
cover
take
up?
concrete action?
Is there an active attempt to cover up as the AIADMK is alleging here?
It's a complete cover-up.
How? If there is no. I think if there is an attempt to cover up, why is my chief minister going to come and speak on live TV and say this what should not have what happened should not have happened and these people are suspended?
No, tell
If
me
we are
what the
covering up, then
FIR
why will we
says.
go to the
Dhanitaran,
office and
you know,
take
what
action?
does the
Why
FIR
will my
say?
chief minister speak to them on phone?
What does the FIR say on the death of Ajit Kumar? Why does the FIR speak of, epileptic attack and whatnot when we clearly know what exactly led to his death?
No. Why were the police officers suspended? The FIR was based on what the autopsy said. But why were the police officers suspended? Why did my chief minister speak to the victim's family? The chief minister spoke to the victim's family because he knows what happened should not have happened. And he also clearly said, no one will be spared in this government. That is not clear. Whoever one can be, could be the highest ranking IPS officer or however powerful person he is in the society. If he has done a mistake, he will be given punishment, is what my chief minister said. Where is an attempt to cover up? There is no attempt to cover up. Attempt to cover up happened in the previous regime. Here not. Even if it's party members, any mistake, they will be immediately punished and removed from the party. See, again, I'll tell you, custodial death in Tamil Nadu 2021 to 22 is 2. 2022 to 23 is 1, 23 to 24 is 0, 24 to 25 is 1.
Dhanitaran, I will take the data you're giving me with a pinch of salt because from what has been put out in the Madras High Court, the numbers are very different from what you're telling me. And the fact is, and we've got that on our screens also, this is what's put out, 31 deaths in 5 years. This is put out in the Madras High Court in a document. That's the data right there.
No, that is both judicial custody plus police custody together.
Okay, so does that make it any better? I'm sorry, but that still means that the government and the administration is accountable. Let me bring in Vinod Selvam as well of the BJP. Vinod, what do you have to say about this particular incident? The unfortunate reality is that Tamil Nadu, and correct me if I'm wrong, but irrespective of the administration, irrespective of the government, has this notorious reputation of giving a police a free hand where they can get away with these kind of crimes. Vinod, can you unmute yourself, please?
The video which has come out from Tirupavanam is absolutely horrendous. It is a chilling murder which has happened under the police supervision. The police themselves have committed this heinous crime and it cannot be pardoned. Though Mr. Dhanitaran is giving various statistics, it does not justify what has happened. Giving numbers and data, trying to make yourself feel good is not what is to be done at this point. The DMK has completely erred in every aspect. This is not the first time. And as we all know, this is the 24th time. I can read out the list. The police stations where these deaths have occurred in the past ever since DMK came to power. In 2020, when the Satanakulam incident happened, all the DMK did was used the emotional issue to politicize, used all the actors as puppets in Tamil Nadu, made them all hold placards in their hands, and they came to power using this as a ploy. But after the DMK came to power, the police excess has been absolutely unacceptable. Today in Chennai, an 8-year-old girl has been found unconscious in the house of a sub-inspector. What is rather unfortunate is that along with filing an FIR on the sub-inspector, an FIR has also been filed on the parents of this little girl. How much more can the police muscle a family down to come to a compromise? You know, the parents have been forced, an FIR has been filed on the parents of this 8-year-old girl who was being subject to torture or whatever it is. The details have not been revealed yet. And reading the FIR, which was filed by the Sivaganga police, it's an absolute shocker. Not in one place has there been a mention about the assault the police have committed on this poor man. I mean, imagine the plight of his parents seeing the video. He has been injured in every part of his body. It is one of the most gruesome murders which could happen. And transferring officers nor punishing these 4 or 5 constables, this is not justice being delivered. It is absolutely not enough. We all know what happens to these transport officers. They are sent on waiting list. They sit for 2 months and they come back with more powerful posts after 2 months. And that's what's going to happen again. We need to figure out, we need to go to the root of what has happened, who's behind this. Because never in the history of Tamil Nadu has a special team been formed to nab or to pick up a person who has been accused of stealing 10 sovereigns of gold. This is the first time a special team has been formed for that. And who ordered forming of the special team is more important. So are DMK men more powerful than the people who studied UPSC, cleared their exams and became IPS officers? So the DMK men seem to be more powerful
you
than
asked a valid question, Vinod, which I'll take forward with Dharan of getting to the root cause of this. There's suspensions that have happened right now, transfers that have happened right now, Dharan. But what's to stop it from happening again in another police station somewhere in Tamil Nadu? The reality is that the reason today we're having this discussion, the reason there's outrage across the nation over this incident is because of Ajit's family fighting for justice. That's how it even came to light. Otherwise, nobody would even know, considering no case, no FIR was registered right up until the family protested.
No, as soon as the incident came to the light of the Chief Minister, immediately the actions were ordered and no one will be spared. There have been suspensions and more suspensions will follow. There will be culpables for homicide registered. If it has been proved that it was a murder in the sense because of
come on, Dharan, you've seen the pictures. There's no question mark over this.
The Chief Minister will ensure. Then the Chief Minister will ensure that they get the they get the
There's
punishment.
No if here. Let's be very clear. You've seen the pictures. I'm sure you've seen it.
See, I'm using this because there's a procedure, right? The Chief Minister never tried to hide the matter. He never said, no, it is a natural cause of death. It has gone wrong. It has been investigated. Such people have been suspended. Furthermore, people will be suspended. If it's a murder, then they will be given the punishment. That's all. I am not the judge, no. The court, anyways, even in this case, the court will have to give the verdict. That is why I use the word if, right?
Well, the court has been. The court so far has been extremely critical of the government's handling also of this issue. Kovai Satyan, to respond to all the comparisons that are coming up with what happened in Satankulam, what's your response? The DMK is saying that, look, we acted swiftly in a matter of 24 hours. We've ensured necessary action against the officials.
This is what I stated. The last 24 custodial murders which took place since DMK came to power. It is a pattern. You suspend the officials. What is the status of Balwinder Singh? The SP from Tirunelveli who is accused of plucking the teeth of people who come for inquiries. He was suspended. Now he is back in action. And what is that justice you have delivered? Isn't it a standard template to give a reason saying that we have taken action? As far as Satankulam is concerned, the policemen who committed that act are behind bars now. They are not even able to get a bail. We owned up, our leader took up the responsibility, ensured a transparent probe, and justice was delivered to the family. Now, rather than owning up to the responsibility, isn't it a shame on the CM to speak to the mother and try to play a sympathy card? It is the mother's FIR, mother's complaint, which police force refused to file an FIR. Is it her complaint filed on 28th? For 2 days, you didn't file a complaint. You didn't register an FIR. And the head of the state is so much not knowing what's happening on the ground, is coming and giving excuses that the government will do whatever is needed. Whatever the family wants, we will do. Isn't it a blatant attempt to cover up the entire issue? All the evidences were siphoned off from the scene. The court is asking under whose instruction you have taken away the CCTV. Show me the records. Policemen are not able to give the records. And the person says under the DSP's instruction, I have taken the CCTV. The plastic pipes, the iron rod, the chili powder, the place was spick and pan, it is clean. And everywhere, wherever this crime was committed, the police force go and wipes off all the evidences. And top of which you send a minister not to extend your sympathy, just to pacify them, not to act further because their case is still pending. The PAL filed by the villagers is still pending in the court. This is sub judice. What is the need for MK Sarin to speak to
At the end of the day, looking at the data that's come in the last many years, Tamil Nadu, unfortunately, is getting a reputation of having police being given a complete free hand and these kind of custodial tortures, custodial deaths becoming the new normal in Tamil Nadu. Sometimes they're sleeping in a bathroom, sometimes they're saying epileptic attacks. This is not okay. So what's the end solution here? What's going to be done to fix this reputation that the Tamil Nadu police has?
See, as I said, the police officers across India are stressed because it's understaffed. So firstly and foremost, what is necessary?
Let's stop across India. Let's talk about Tamil Nadu. Let's talk about Tamil Nadu. Forget across India.
No, I don't agree with the fact that when anything happens, then it's put Tamil Nadu in a bad light. It's a pan-India problem. Custodial deaths in Uttar Pradesh is 1,200.
But this has happened. Let's not, please. If it's happened in Uttar Pradesh, immediately the DMK says pull up the Yogi government. Similar in Tamil Nadu, it will be the Stalin government that's pulled up when there's a situation. We don't go pan-India on everything.
You asked me for a solution. No, when you ask me for a solution, I can't speak as a spokesman. I have to speak as someone who wants to give solution on the matter. What is the solution? From what I have understood on this matter, the police is understaffed in this country. So we increase, though it's highest, the highest in Tamil Nadu, per capita of 1 lakh people, the number of police is lower, which has to be step by step increased. It has to touch about 300, 320. And then because they're understaffed, what happens is they overwork. That gives them stress. So that police has to be increased and strong mental health training has to be given them.
To me, honestly, it sounds like you're justifying what the police has done. Even if they are understaffed, what explains picking up a person who's accused of theft and beating them up?
I am the last person to justify.
Understaffed cannot be the answer, Dharnidharan. It's about mentally also thinking they can be as murderous as that.
See, I think there's a misunderstanding. What I'm saying is from what I've understood from what's been written by experts, I'm trying to tell you. I am not saying, no, the police is not at fault. Whoever has done this is definitely at fault. And why Chief Minister has spoken to them? Because he's a Chief Minister and he wanted to give condolences to the family to say that he is with them. He is not with the police or with the government. Whoever has made the mistake, my Chief Minister will ensure them punishment and he will be with the plaintiff. That is the message he communicated. Why is it he's sending a local minister or speaking to them wrong? It only shows that he is with them. He is with whom? He is with those who are suppressed. That is our ideology. That's what we stand. Either we are in the ruling party, either we are in the opposition, we are against custodial deaths. That is categorically clear.
Ask you one final time. I will ask you one final time. Not what experts have to say. Not what experts have to say, but in your capacity as a member of the DMK, what is the DMK solution here beyond just saying that, look, the cops are understaffed, so they can't do anything else. They will resort to these kind of actions because there aren't enough personnel on the ground. That is simply unacceptable. If you ask me, even if there were 2 policemen, nothing warrants or justifies beating up someone accused of theft.
See, custodial torture cannot be accepted in any society is what I am saying. It cannot be accepted in any democracy or anywhere in the world. There have to be only humane ways in which they will be investigated and then there is a court to give verdict. So I am not saying or nor my party is advocating for custodial torture or custodial beatings. So there is a procedure in which interrogation has to be done, which cannot be physical. And in fact, DMK also is against death penalty also because it violates human rights. So this is my party stance. So this aberration will make sure it will not happen again. This will have to happen from the top. We will form a panel. The DGP will be communicated, and the respective superintendent of police will be told to organize meeting with the respective SHOs. Or with the inspectors of the respective police station.
I can only hope, Dharnidharan, there are no more, the accused slipped in a bathroom and hurt his hand, hurt his leg, broke his limbs. I hope no more they tried to escape and they were, come on Dharnidharan, we know the reality. I have seen multiple such cases in courts where the accused is brought in wounded and then they say they slipped in the bathroom. Closing comments from Vinod Selvam and also from Kovai Satyan. To you first, Vinod. Closing comments on what you think of this incident. How do we stop this from happening further, away from the politics?
If any seriousness has to come in, it is very important that the minister who's in charge for the police has to take moral responsibility, act with a little bit of conscience, and he should resign. And in this case, the minister responsible of the police department happens to be to MK Stalin. So, after 24, 25 deaths, if his conscience still doesn't hurt, it is rather unfortunate for the people of Tamil Nadu. So I think that he should take the moral responsibility. The Deputy Chief Minister has not spoken yet. Only after excessive pressure and the news being carried out on national media, as the CM even come out and made the effort to send one of his ministers to reach out. Before that, only bargains and negotiations were happening to compromise with the family of the deceased, which is even more shameful. So, we are very thankful to the High Court of Madurai. They've come down very heavily. They've in fact called the state. It's a state-sponsored murder of its own citizen. That's the kind of words the Madurai High Court has used today. So, our BJP state president also has insisted on a National Human Rights Commission independent inquiry to be done into this matter to find out every person involved in this heinous crime. And I really hope that it's in fact we have one more year of DMK's rule, and we are scared actually how many more custodial deaths we'll have to see, because the police do not seem to be respecting the chief minister's word.
The assurance has come from the DMK that they will not allow this to happen. We most certainly hope so, because like I said, we don't want the Tamil Nadu police to have that reputation of constantly resorting to custodial torture, and unfortunately for us to have to report on deaths of this manner in custody in Tamil Nadu. Dharnidharan, Kovai Satyan and Vinod Selvam, thank you very much for joining us here on India Today. We will continue tracking the latest on the investigation and also ensure that the police officers involved in this crime, there's no eyewash of a probe, and that there's actually concrete action taken against them for being involved in the murder. Let's be clear, the murder of that security guard, of that temple guard, Ajit Kumar.